again, 6 News at 6, continuing to follow breaking news out of Blair County with what officials say is a 12-car train derailment just hours ago.
What you just saw was video that our 6 News crews were able to obtain and gain permission to use from Virtual Rail Fan, which has cameras set up along Horseshoe Curve.
This is the third derailment along that area of the mountain in the last year. Our 6 News crews are on the scene working to learn more.
Meantime, Emily Marinas joins us live in studio with what she's learning about that derailment. Emily?
Well, Sean and Jen, I reached out to Blair County Emergency Management Services, who told me that multiple crews were dispatched to the scene, but were cleared by Norfolk Southern, who is now handling cleanup. Norfolk Southern says that there are no injuries reported and no hazmat scenarios have been confirmed yet. They say that the cause of the derailment is under investigation. When I spoke with Blair County EMA, they reported that there is no hazards. I also left a message for Logan Township Police for more details. We reached out to Amtrak for comment because one of its trains is scheduled to be moving through that area this evening. This is radio traffic from Broadcastify. You can hear the train report to Norfolk Southern dispatch the derailment.
33 Allegheny, about 12 cars on the ground, fouling one track, reported by the 28th. All right. Unbelievable. All right.
Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is an outspoken advocate on rail safety and standards for improving railroad safety. We reached out to his office for comment. He says, quote, "I'm very familiar with this area and my office is actively reaching out to local officials to get more information. This is sadly another reminder of why we need stronger rail safety standards and laws to hold railroads accountable, especially as we continue to see these derailments happen 3 years after the disastrous situation in East Palestine." We will continue to keep you updated on the derailment and cleanup as we work to learn more. Reporting in the studio, I'm Emily Marinas, 6 News.
As Emily just said, this is the third freight derailment along that short stretch of track.
Yeah, the section that we're talking about goes from Altoona through the Horseshoe Curve and into Gallitzin. It was February 6th when 65 rail cars derailed in the early morning hours. This one was in Logan Township in Blair County.
Then just 1 month later, on March 7th, 2 locomotives and 17 empty freight cars derailed near Horseshoe Curve. This one also happening in the early morning hours. The railroad company said there were no injuries to its crew. In both derailments, Norfolk Southern said nothing hazardous spilled. You can read more about those incidents and today's derailment on our website, wjactv.com.
So, let me turn this off. So this happened a little while ago. So I saw this. It's a little over 4 hours, 4 days and 1 hour since the derailment. And, yeah. So, honestly, over the past 2 days since I heard about it, I've been looking at trains going through the curve to see which types make it and which don't. Unfortunately, I'm only going to record today's Saturday and Sunday trains, but yeah, so let's take a look at the derailment itself, because there are a few things that I want you to notice. If you've ever watched the train movie Unstoppable, this is very much like the beginning. So, yeah, let's pay attention here. This is really...
After a long off-season, Derek is getting ready for Sundays
Don't
again.
pay attention to this ad. So, to start. You'll notice in a couple minutes, a couple seconds I should say, there's a guy he walks from, so he's on the engineer's side, so just like Unstoppable, he leaves the cab for something, and then enters the trailing locomotive. Let's turn this down a little bit. And you see him exit just right there as it's going out of frame. So, first things first, putting empties in the front. Always a bad idea on a sharp curve. So that's the first thing. That's pretty bad. And this derailment happened very subtly. I did not have the privilege to watch this live, but others did. While this is running, I will actually open this panel that shows you what they were commenting live on. And it's a little ahead, so you'll already get to see some little glimpses of some ideas. But yeah. So I'll let you watch the entire thing. Just to get an idea of the train makeup here. Here's where things start to get a little interesting. Some boxcars that definitely have some more weight than a bunch of empty gondolas. Some tanker cars definitely have more weight than the gondolas, empty at least. This is where things start to happen. And again, this is so subtle, you wouldn't even know it's derailing had you not seen the video of it. And about 15 cars is when it actually happens. And you saw some of this on the previous video that I just showed you. And you can hear the flange on the rail, that is very high right there. And then the emergency brakes are applied, and it just happens like that. And just like that, which is kind of cool. So yep, 12 cars. I don't know if they've figured out the cause yet, but... So... yeah. So the first car derailed right there. So, and those, what would you call those? Like high gondolas. Those were carrying steel. Not a good idea to put those A in front of two empty center beams, and B to put them behind a bunch of gondolas. So as I said earlier, I don't know if you can catch this, but right here, you can kind of hear the steel wheel on rail rubbing against the rail higher and higher in a higher and louder pitch right up to the spot of the derailment. Right around here. Yeah, right there. It really increases. Probably because of the steel on these cars right here. And right here is when it happens. So, as you can see, that was very easy, but when I checked the live camera, everything had been cleared away. So, I'll exit this out. I don't need that anymore. Let's go over here. So I've been checking the trains. That's the other live camera. But I've been checking the trains live here for a little while. Train just finished going up. So, let's check this out here. It's 4:50, so we will check out possible prototypes of what looks like, especially manifests and that stuff. So let's start back here. It's just a unit train, tanker train. Let's go here. So there's a morning break right here. And so what I'm looking at is what's like the train, and then what's not like the train. And also how loud the wheel to rail friction is. Because that's all I know when it comes to how to check car combination. So, let's do this here. So as you can hear, that's pretty high as it's coming in. So you see it has the steel there, which is kind of correct in the front. Oh, empty center beam. Inside a bunch of cars. Empty cars. Same here, wow. Yep.
Imagine being able to build an
Wow.
app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44,
Hey.
a complete AI
So that's pretty high right there, because of the steel. It's probably carrying the same thing. Here, I'll tilt you. There we go. So, and that is on the same track as the Derailment. I have not reviewed these before showing you this, so I'm just saying stuff and commenting on us live. And here come the helper units. So it's pretty standard. Not much there. Then we have one coming down, so let's just see the difference between up and down. Still pretty high. And this is on the track closest to the wall, the natural wall, as you can see. And that's surprisingly high for going downhill. So that means that there must be a bunch of weight in the back. Because it's still pulling that weight up the hill up top. As you just saw in that clip of it before. So these bus cars, yeah, those cars are loaded. So these must be also. Yeah, because right here, all these are empty. So, yeah, these must be... Ooh, yeah, these must be loaded. Middle engine. Well, yeah, it's also pulling the middle engine. So that could be it. really goes down right there. There's nothing. Those are empty. So they're not carrying anything, like steel or anything. Ooh, yeah. And there are the helpers. And there's... this one, pretty balanced, looks like. Same track as the other one. Not really any high volume stuff. Up, 2 empty cars again. Seem to be put in the middle always. Actually, make that 3 empty cars. Maybe more. And then... yeah, trains, there's not really very much, since those are pretty balanced. And of course, passenger trains. Not really anything there. This guy's been sitting there for a while. Alright, it's an hour at around 11 o'clock. Looks like a lot of people come after lunch. Ooh. So that's a single engine train. That's pretty, high in pull. Probably because of the middle engine or rear engine. Some nice trailer loads. And yeah, it's pretty high. Okay. It's neat. There's the map of Horseshoe and whatnot. Horseshoe and around there. Where is that? That's the view that I was talking about. Dumpster train, that's also a unit train. And that's pretty straightforward, but it's also not really. Ooh, good Norfolk Southern Heritage Unit. Atlanta. So nice. There's also a unit train. Something I've noticed with trains going up the curve, some, especially in the afternoon, have these other racks tacked to the rear of the train, which is interesting to me. I don't understand why they would do that, since it's a heavier car near the rear. That's a scale. A scale car. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. It's a scale measuring, scale test car. That's cool. That's the first time I've seen one in real life. There are the 1,000 steps to the bottom. Yeah, trains, pretty straightforward. See, so that's like cool meat. So it's hard to tell which is which. I think most of it is probably the faster one. Also because it's on the inner curve. But man, that thing is cruising. I've seen small little trains like these coming through. Union Pacific, it's pretty normal to see those nowadays. Curve wheel-rail interaction has decreased since the middle engine. The train that derailed had 2 back engines. That's a nice sight. That's really cool. Wonder where that is. Oh wow, that's cool. Good train. So let's do a little research. so I will update you. I'll show you some live, because I also have this Norfolk Southern live stuff, so I'll definitely update you. Over the next couple days. Do this until tomorrow evening, so you'll see it then. So yeah. Just remember to watch. Probably won't be commenting on those, but just watch for the wheel rail interaction, how high that is in each train, and then just look at the makeup. So cars that you can kind of tell to be empty, kind of not tell to be empty, but you can kind of guess based off of the wheel rail rubbing. So, yeah, I'll see you at the very end of this pretty long train collage. No update. I don't think this horn is real. Although there is a passenger train coming, I don't think this one is real. That, I believe, is real.
If you need max cushioning and reliable pronation support for your daily miles, 402 from Topo Athletic is the shoe for you. Whether you're logging miles or counting steps, 402's wide frame guidance system cradles the foot over the max cushion platform to deliver a smooth and stable ride. Our signature Ruby toe box delivers freedom and comfort up front, with a secure fit through the midfoot and heel to keep you locked in. Our zip foam midsole provides a soft, resilient ride that will be loved by runners and walkers alike. Paired with our Ortholite insole for
contacts. I ordered my brand of lenses in just a few minutes, and the next time I needed to stock up, it literally
Our first train. Kind of a unit. Ethanol train. Number 3 things to pay attention to. Flip through each one of these.
ship deliveries in the PetSmart app. And for instant gratification, we also have
There's a big gap here. types of trains to pay attention to.
You can get 30% off your first order right now with 1-800-CONTACTS. I ordered my brand of
Good. Yeah, I'll do. Alright, now this is what all these people are here for. And also pay attention to the noise level here. Alright. I'll see you in a little bit because I need help.